Here we go. Here goes nothing. Did I do it this time? Did I get it? Nope. You might remember the video I published a while back documenting my purchase and repair and restringing of this Rickenbacker, chicken baker, cheap AliExpress knockoff counterfeit copy of a Rickenbacker. And if you remember that video, then you remember, what condition it came in. The tailpiece completely broke in shipping and then bounced all over the packaging, putting dents and dings all over the place and roughing it up. And I can live with that, but having to repair and replace the tailpiece after just unboxing a guitar was a bummer. And then having to restring a guitar like this, a 12-string, right out of the box, was a huge hassle. And I know people made fun of me because it took forever, and I complained and I complained and I complained. And I'm still gonna complain. Damn it! It's not a fun guitar to work on. And then after all of that, I couldn't get it to stay in tune and play nicely. I was fumbling all over the place with it. And I think a big issue, a big factor contributing to that is that the nut is probably not cut deep enough. So when I'm fretting up here in the lower frets, I'm having to press down too far and it's pulling the strings out of tune. Not that it sounds great elsewhere across the fretboard, but it sounds more in tune if I'm down here like on the 7th fret or something like that. I haven't had a single moment with this guitar, and I've been trying. I keep coming back to it. I keep trying to tune it. I keep trying to dial it in, lubricate the nut, do little tweaks and stuff like that. I haven't had a single moment where I enjoy it. It's just been a bummer of a guitar. And I can, with everything else in mind and everything else not in mind, like ignoring all the shipping issues and what I had to do with this out of the box, I just can't recommend it. I don't think anyone should get these things. But the tuning situation is nonsense. And I'm gonna try in this video snipping away the 12-string part of this and taking it back down to just a standard 6-string to see if I can dial it in, to see if I can get past the frustrations that I'm experiencing and just have this become, or attempt to become, just a playable guitar. Not necessarily a likable guitar, but if I can just play it, if I can just get it to the point where I could play some music on it and get to know it and not just be completely bummed out the entire time. And if I can't do that, then, this thing's days are numbered. I'll take it to the bridge or something, right? So yeah, I'm gonna record one more jam with it as a 12-string just to document it. I'm gonna do my best to play around the tuning issues. And then I'm gonna snip those strings. I'm gonna take it down to a 6-string. So, all right, here we go. I've got a new toy here. Turn on the overhead camera. I've got this stylophone beat, which allows me to make beats and bass lines and things like that. I'm gonna try to lay down a beat and then record it as a loop and then jam over it. I'm still loving that A-Labs delay. I'll have a link to all the pedals I use down below. I'm using the motherboard down here, but that A-Labs delay, well, that momentary freak out, I've been using. I keep taking it off all my pedal boards to put it on other pedal boards that I'm gigging with and practicing with and playing with. I need 3 of those things. I really do. What an excellent pedal. And this thing, though, I did an all right job playing around the problems on the fretboard, not getting into the area where I'm going out of tune here and just doing that jam. It felt like I was doing it in E minor, but I've actually down-tuned this to D standard. So yeah, I was doing it in D standard, but that felt fun. It makes me want a 12-string that is actually playable, that I can actually have fun playing, but this isn't it. Like, I was able to dance around the issues, but until I can like dial in what's going on here, I'm gonna have to take it down to 6 strings, like I said, and just give it a shot and see if there's anything worth salvaging here. Also, that was fun. I liked that a lot. What did you guys think of that? Oh man. All right, time to get the guitar on the table and start snipping and maybe make some adjustments to the nut and things like that. I hate to waste half a pack of strings like this, but I feel like it's a necessity. I'm just not getting anywhere with this guitar. Here we go, moment of truth. Can it be a normal guitar? Still sounds bad. I really think it's a nut thing. Super weird feeling now that the other strings are off. All the strings are off center where you'd expect them to be. That's not so bad on the 7th fret. That's starting to go out. That's way out. Yeah. The nuts just cut way too high, so everything's going out. I gotta do nut stuff. This is gonna take all day, but this is what I signed up for when I decided to film this video today. You wonder why I've been putting it off, because it's just gonna be a big old pain in the butt. But whatever, that's the job. So let's get a quick baseline documenting where we are. There's the E, and on the 2nd fret it goes to really sharp F sharp. The A goes to really sharp B, no big surprise there. The D goes to sharp E. The G goes to sharp A, and so on. Oh. The C's actually, well, the C sharp's a little bit closer than I thought it would be. Still, it's gonna need to have some work on it. The E is actually just fine. Look at that. Five out of 6. All right, here we go. Time to start grinding away. Now, this is one of the times where I wish I had a legit set of files instead of these welder tip cleaners, because these are going to go real slow and I would rather go really fast. Watch, it's not the nut at all. The frets are just in the wrong place. Nothing would surprise me. I can tell just by eyeballing it that the nut's not deep enough. Those strings were really high off the frets. This guitar is more trouble than it's worth. Like, that is not even debatable at this point. I could have bought that Squier 12 string, or even like a Dan Electro 12 string, and been happy by now. I would have had a playable guitar out of the box. Yeah, it wouldn't have looked like a Rickenbacker, but it would have been a playable guitar. I'm gonna call that close enough. On to the A string. I think that's probably close enough for now. It's not running away anymore. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, moment of truth. I'm sure I cut a bunch of this out, but I've been sitting here trying to get it in tune. And to stay in tune for a good 10-15 minutes, and it's still disappointing me. It's not a good guitar. This guitar sucks. Don't buy one of these is my recommendation. There's so many other options out there that are affordable. Not as affordable as this, but like, you can't afford this much trouble in your life. Like, don't go get yourself that Squier, or a Dan Electro makes great 12 strings. The Harley Benton 12 string is pretty great. I'm sure the comment section will be full of people recommending other 12 strings that are a much better buy than this. I'm still not having fun. And I'm gonna give it a chance. I'll play it around the house. I'll get to know it better now. I'll probably dial in the nut a little bit more, just to try to address as much as I can. But man, what a bummer of a guitar. Try it with some fuzz. Maybe fuzz will redeem it. I'm not so sure about that. Oops, wrong note. Rickenbacker lovers, Rickenbacker lovers. I know I'm gonna get comment. How do the pickups sound? Like, does it sound like what you expect out of a Rick? It is jangly. There's the bridge, here's the neck. Sounds really weak to me, but I know there's supposed to be like a jangly sounding guitar. So I don't mind it. I'm not in love with the cover on the bridge. I like to palm mute and roll my palm back and forth across saddles, but then these side screws pretty high, so that might irritate me. Let me, I'm just gonna pull it off right now. Why not, right? Cover is off. I've already lost one of the screws, so if I ever want to put it back on, it's too late. Play it now, which is nice. It was really hard to play before. Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend some time dialing it in, getting to know it. You know, like dialing in the nut just a little bit more, just in case, lubricating it and stuff to just try to get the most tuning stability I can. If I get comfortable with it, if I start liking it, maybe some sort of pickup swap nonsense, maybe some sort of other hardware, maybe rewire the controls in here. It has a false stereo Rico sound output. It's the same output twice. I already documented that in the first video. They're just jumper cabled together. There's no reason for there to be two outputs, but maybe I can wire up the correct wiring or something like that. It is much more playable now as a 6-string versus a 12-string. So that's nice, but still, don't buy one of these. It sucks. Don't do it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me a rude, nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. Buy a shirt if you're naked. Click all the links. I'll have links to everything. I'll have links to this guy down below. I had a lot of fun. My first outing with this in a video. Yes, please. I've got a bunch of pedals that I used. The Peterson, the 5050, the True Spring, the A-Labs delay down there. I'll even put a link to the looper that I use. I use a Donner looper, and I've been using it for years. So anyways, bye everybody. Stay grounded.